Man, sports cards are fire.
Fire! Sports cards are hot. Fire! Fire!
People are investing. People are making lots of money. Should you be investing? I don't know. Should you take advice from a guy in a video on YouTube who you don't know? Probably not. But I do have some ideas on this. If you're new to the channel, I'm an full-time antique dealer. Have been so mostly since college. 15 years now. Had my own shop for a while. Do shows now online only. Do shows when shows happen. But I started off as a baseball card collector, so I have some thoughts on this. But man, the card market is super hot right now. Lots of people making lots of money.
Fire! Fire!
Lots of people claiming to make lots of money too and telling you how they're doing, bragging about it. I think some of those guys are misleading. Certainly if you bought the cards pre-pandemic, you made money if you sold them, especially if they're graded. Most of the investor people out there now want the graded ones. Buying online, hard to tell the grade from a photo, but if it's encapsulated, they like it, they buy it. Those things are doing great. Ricky Henderson rookie, PSA 10, 92,000. It's crazy. Jordan rookies, $750,000, insane. A lot of people making a lot of money on those cards, and then they're telling you how to do it. And I think some of those guys are misleading you. And I'll tell you why. They'll say like, I bought this card for $20 and sold it for $100. And it's always round numbers, and round numbers are very misleading. If you're selling on eBay, if you're selling anywhere, they're taking a little bit of percentage. Did you paid $10 or $20 for that card? Did you have to pay shipping? Did you have to pay tax? It's did they buy it at a show? Yeah, if they bought it at a show and paid cash, certainly they didn't pay tax on it. But bought it on eBay 2 years ago, they paid shipping, they paid tax. They went to sell it. Did they sell it on eBay? Because they paid a fee. Had to buy shipping supplies. There's a little cost, and it's not a huge lie. I think they're just misleading you a little bit when they're saying their return on investment was 400 or 800 or whatever percentage they're saying, because they're clipping they're rounding the numbers down, certainly, or rounding up. So you want to watch out for that. I think the other thing that they're misleading you about is they're talking about all these great buys. Yeah, they bought that Fernando Tatis. They bought that Tatis rookie, 2 years or a year ago before he took off, and they sold it now. And they made all this money on it. But what about the 3 other rookies they bought from other players who didn't take off, and they're still sitting on them? So yeah, they made a lot of money on that really hot card that went up. But what about the others that didn't? Like if they're sitting on them, they haven't lost money yet, technically, I guess, but they haven't necessarily made money. So that's the thing to think about when buying sports cards. Right now, the market's hot, so everyone's making a lot of money. It seems like. Will that sustain itself? I doubt it, just because I was a big time collector in the 90s, and I know it was different cards, different era, different printing amounts, but they seem like in the late 80s, early 90s, they seemed like they were just going to keep skyrocketing, and they didn't. So it feels a little bit like a bubble, could be. Maybe the right stuff will keep going up. I don't know. If investors keep getting involved and keep buying it, then some of them will stay strong. But sports cards investing, you gotta watch out. What if a player gets hurt? Can't miss prospects, turns out they miss, and there's always those people. So, or that guy starts out strong and the scouting reports get out there and they figure him out, or he gets hurt or whatever, So a guy can seem all world for 2 or 3 years and then sort of fall off the face of the earth. And even once you continue to have a good career, Scott Rowland, for an example, he had a good career, but he didn't continue that Hall of Fame pace that he had early in his career. Nomar Garciaparra, another example. So would those have been good investments? I don't know. Would players now are going to be the future players who get hurt and lose a little bit of their Hall of Fame luster in their career? They're definitely out there. That being said, I'm still buying some cards because I love it. Love them. I think some of them could be good investments. Some of them have done well so far. They've gone up. Bought a couple Juan Sotos when they were a little bit cheaper. Wish I'd bought more. They've tripled, quadrupled in value. Bought one LeBron James rookie a year ago. Wish I'd bought more. Wish I had the money to buy more then. I didn't really, but he seems like a kind of guy who would continue to be famous after his playing career ends, continue to be involved in politics and social justice. So that could keep him in the spotlight, keep his cards worth a lot. when he was sitting out a year, I bought a couple Kevin Durant's. Kevin Durant's been one of my favorite players to watch for years now. Wish I'd bought more of his rookie cards because they've gone up a lot. Not selling them. I like them. I don't know. If Brooklyn makes the finals and they go up a lot more, then I might sell a couple of them. Hard to say. Hard to say that team can sustain itself, you know. One injury, you know. They got 3 superstars on offense, but not a lot of bench, not a lot of defense. So who knows? Is it a good investment? I don't know. Should you be investing in cards only if you have a lot of money to waste? Or you're risky? Are there better investments out there? Probably. Are there worse investments out there? Definitely. So, I don't know. If you like it, you can't get hurt too bad, right? Anyway, that's my video. I'll do more sports cards videos in the future, but like I said, I'm a full-time antique dealer, and if you want to hit like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Thanks.